Well, the plan today was to fucking swap steering wheels, but see how that fucking shit worked out. Piece of shit. Alright guys, it's starting to warm up. You know what that means. It's almost time to start racing again. So today, we're gonna dig in. We're gonna start getting some support mods in before the new transmission gets here, before all the new driveline parts get here, before the meth injection gets here. So today we're gonna actually go through and put some more stuff in the car. So what are we gonna put in today? So we have the Cipher 3-inch SFI certified 5-point harnesses with the swivel quick release. Those are gonna be going in. We're gonna have to do a little bit of fabrication. And because of that, good buddy Eric's back in it. Hey buddy.
Yes. Hey.
And we're also going to put in this flat bottom SRT paddle shift steering wheel. That way at the track, when I'm launching at an undisclosed RPM, I don't have to take my hands off the steering wheel. That's actually going to help. Also today, we're gonna show you guys how to alleviate the airbag light when you get racing seats, because there is an airbag light due to the fact that that airbag has nothing to plug into. And if you're in a state that requires registration yearly and you have an airbag light, you will fail instantly. So we're gonna teach you guys how to fix that. Let's get into it. So with all that being said, the first thing we're gonna dive into is this guy, right? So the difference between that steering wheel and the V6 steering wheel is, for one, I don't have the paddle shifters. We're gonna switch that. And the bolstering on this is a lot bigger, and it also has a flat bottom. With racing seats, you need a little bit more room. So what that's actually gonna do is allow a little bit more room. I'm gonna have a better grip on the steering wheel because I got man hands, and the paddle shifters. So we're gonna go ahead and dig into that. First step though, always be smart. Take the battery off, take the power off, so you're not gonna blow yourself up with a damn airbag in the face. What?
And save yourself a couple of $1,000s for replacing the airbag. So what you do is you can just disconnect the negative side of the battery. You want to wait at least 5 minutes. They do have backup batteries in them, or at least I've always been told that. So you wait 5 minutes, it'll fully discharge.
So for those of you who don't know, your battery's in your trunk, it's in your spare tank. Yeah, ironically enough, you would not believe how many people ask where that battery is in the forum. So here's your massive 73-pound battery.
And you want to disconnect it completely from the negative pole, because if you just disconnect here, you still have power running there. And unless you have the schematics, you have no idea where that's actually running to. So always better safe than sorry.
So 2 wrench turns to save yourself a couple $1,000s.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Be smart.
Battery, you know, and a face full of airbag, possible burns. There's a lot of different
broken
things.
Nose, yeah.
You know,
seen that a couple times.
Them people don't fly up off of the airbags like they do in all those videos that people are laughing and, you know, hey, sit on that airbag.
Yeah,
they don't fly up like that for no reason.
That thing comes out with just a little bit of force. Everybody's like, oh, it's an airbag, it's a pillow. Yeah, sure, go ahead.
At least it's a second-gen airbag. The first-gen airbags, they didn't have a, when the accident happened, they didn't have an adjustment for it. So if it was a small accident, it still came out full force. And a lot of people got burns on their hands too because of where they placed their hands. If I'm not mistaken, most airbags in the seat, in the steering wheel, are directly at 3 and 9. The vents are. So if you have your hands there, they'd get burns on the wrist and stuff where they were holding on and the airbag deployed.
Now understand, car manufacturers aren't trying to burn you, but when something's coming out at that kind of force, there's going to be a friction burn. It's not a temperature burn, it's a friction burn.
It's a temperature burn.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it explodes. So
we're learning today, people.
It actually ignites.
Oh, it's a charge.
Yeah, it's a charge. So that's what makes that expand, and they get heat burns because of the heat generated from once that actually expands.
So that's not scary at all.
I don't know 100% on the newer ones, but I'm just going off of knowledge of previous stuff. So
that is a Mopar.
Well, it's just.
So shout out to D. Ford and the Black Scat Pack, right? Watch your videos to get an idea of how to start this process, but you didn't show us exactly what spring we needed to actually pop, right? So Eric has taken things into his own hands. And we have now taken a big ass chunk out of this Jeep.
Okay, so
oh man.
This is where the hole lines up. And the actual thing you're supposed to push is a spring. And that spring is just a big pain in the butt. I couldn't figure out what in the world you're supposed to be pushing on. And the moment you start pushing on it, it decides that it's going to move around. So you gotta be very gentle. And it's gotta go back pretty far, I guess. Because I still ain't even got it.
Good thing we weren't planning on selling a V6 steering wheel. Lordy, lordy, lordy. So that side's out, and Eric gave me the "you gotta be fucking shitting me" face.
Yeah. You've got to push this thing, or at least on this one, it seems like you've got to push it like 14 foot into it. And that's not the easiest thing to do.
Yeah.
And it's...
You see how thin this piece is he's using right here to actually push it? The piece that he's pushing is thinner than this. So you have to stay online, pushing this thing all the way in to get it to release. All this to save an airbag. Here you go, buddy.
In order to get this out, you have two hooks. You can see it over here. You have this hook over here.
Let me zoom in on that. Okay.
And then come over here. You have this. That hook goes in here, and it pushes that spring back. And this is the problem that we were having. You go through that little hole, and you push on that, and it's supposed to release that. But look how far back you really have to get it in order to release.
Yeah, it's forever.
You know, and then at that point, you're still not unhooked. So you gotta really stay on that damn thing just to get it to release. That's just a dick.
You would assume what?
I would assume that there's a special tool they use for that.
Oh, I'm sure, so it doesn't damage.
Hold on it. So maybe if you had something maybe a little bit bigger and actually cut a groove into it to hold on to that, that would make that a whole lot easier. So it wouldn't move.
Yeah. Yeah, because that was the biggest problem, was keeping it on that piece to push.
Yeah, because as soon as you start pushing on it, it's supposed to come up. Because that's what it actually does in the little piece, in the little groove that sets in.
Yep.
It actually moves, and once it gets to a point, it comes forward. Well, once it starts to come forward or toward the actual airbag, it wants to pop off. And that's where we were having the problem with. So let me get this out of here real quick, so pretty much you just disconnect all the little wires in here, and then you pull the airbag off. And we'll get to do that right now. Airbag, okay. So for the airbags, you want to get these orange clips here, and you want to pull those up. Just like that, both of them.
So don't be that guy yanking on this and break your airbag. I don't want to see complaints in the comments like, you said this wrong. No, this is a step-by-step instructional video for this.
Okay. And then it just comes out like so. It's not, you kind of want to be gentle with it, because remember, ow, it is an airbag. So, also, you have your two little disconnects here. There's one there and there's one there. Okay, once you take those off, this is actually clipped up. See here, that's clipped up like this.
Yep.
So, with it being clipped like that, you just push this little piece down there and then slide that out, and you're released.
Boom.
There's your airbag.
Hey! Dun, 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 dun. So here's the first person view of how all this looks. So obviously we're gonna have to pull that big guy out. That's gonna come out. These up here, and that's all to remove it from the assembly. And we literally just reconnect all of it right there with that guy. And what do you see these come off next?
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and probably start pulling some wires. We'll take these off here, and then these off here and here. We don't really need to get into this very much.
No, that's all a single piece that comes with the other steering wheel.
And then this piece will have to come off because it's actually attached to the steering wheel. Since we have a new steering wheel, this will have to come off.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken, I heard someone saying T15s. We'll get into that here in a second. And then you have a Allen wrench for the actual center to pull the steering wheel. So
boom.
Yep. Okay. We're going to start taking apart, or taking the connectors off. On this one, there's a little pull tab here. Use a wrench, flathead screwdriver. Push that in.
Comes right out
really easily. Be careful, you don't really want to jerk too hard on all this stuff. And it's not the easiest thing in the world to find. So this one actually has a pull tab that's really easy. It come off right here. So when you got to it, you could easily push on that. This one over here has one on the inside. So you got to be nice and gentle. Get down in there pretty good. And it comes out. So with this one, you have to release it from right here. So you had to go inside the actual gray connector itself and push down. And then these are just going to be pretty straightforward and standard.
Cool. Okay, so to snap the, or not to snap, we don't want to snap anything, but to break apart the bolt that is holding the steering wheel to the steering column, what size is it?
It is a 10mm Allen wrench.
Boom.
So when you get it in there, you want to make sure that there's no play in it.
Because if you strip that, that's going to be a bad day.
It's going to be a bad day. And the difference is between millimeter and standard is just a little bit, and it's enough to actually make it to where it will be a bad day. And since I have a breaker bar, I'm actually going to have to move this around to where I can actually get it.
For some leverage.
And that was actually rather simple. Okay.
Hey, that never happens. Take a small victory, man.
Oh, crap. Is that thing going to pop out at me? It actually moved.
Uh-oh.
If this son of a bitch pops out and hits me, I'm going to laugh. It's going to pop out. Nope. Oh, okay. Looky there.
Is that literally it?
That was it.
Get the fuck out of here. Oh, that thing is massive, though. Holy fuck.
Alright, and then that should be...
And there's the steering wheel removal.
That is actually the removal.
So, anybody that drives a Challenger, just know you have Tony Stark's heart in your car.
Okay, and be careful. Now this clock spring, you don't want it to move much. The more you move this clock spring, the more, the higher the chances of you actually breaking that clock spring when you're turning. So you don't want to move it much.
Gotcha. So literally realign it. There are grooves set in it to do so. Pull your power to the airbags back through, and then it's reconnection.
For that part anyway.
So you guys see the grooves like right there and over here? That's so when you put the new steering wheel on, it lines up. Now if you were just going off of these spline counts and none of those grooves, nothing would line up correctly, and you're gonna have a really fucking bad day, and you're gonna get in an alignment and everything. So, pro tip, hacker's tip, there it is. Line those up, you ain't gonna worry about it. Okay, so the swap that we thought was gonna be simple got a little harder. So there's some connectors on this one. All right, you see that big one right there at the top? That one doesn't have. So we're having to swap out the internals from this steering wheel to go into this steering wheel. Sorry, bro.
It happens, man, it happens.
Hey! Son of a bitch.
Water bottle.
Okay, so while we're done with that, we need to go ahead and get the resistors put in for the airbag. But while we're doing all that, everything's a compound effect, we're gonna go ahead and put in the harnesses. But to put in the harnesses, we need nuts for these fucking things. So, off to the hardware store to find a nut for a stout bolt. That was gay, sorry. And where are we going to get our nuts? At Aces. Excuse me, we're looking for nuts. We're looking for nuts. Oh my god. Holy.
That's stainless steel.
You're a stainless steel.
Oh, stainless steel. Fine thread.
Good lord. Is that it?
Yeah.
Well, that was hard.
That's what she said?
Oh god. Don't mind him.
So we got the one. Was it really good?
He likes some thick ladies. Thick. Oh. God.
It'll
Muy boom. Hey, Eric. She has a little sack for your nuts. She said it was short and sweet, bro. That is a problem. That's a problem. Okay, so we're back at the shop. Don't mind how dirty the floor is, but seats out. We gotta worry about the wiring in those guys so we can get everything set up in this. But while the seats are out, we're gonna be drilling in and installing pieces to be able to connect the eye bolts for the Cipher SFI 3-inch 5-point harnesses, which Eric is looking at right now. These giant motherfuckers. So if you're going to put harnesses in your car, they need to have something like this on it, especially if you race. Otherwise, you will not take it at the track. So make sure they're SFI or equivalent certified. So the eye bolts that came along with the harnesses are a little too big, right? If it ever focuses. So that, because the original plan was to use those, use the original mounting holes and just go and put them in, right? Well, that's not gonna work. So Eric, what's your plan?
I think I'm just going to weld some angle iron on it and call it good.
So you're gonna modify my modified seats?
Yes.
Alright, fuck it. Okay, so the thought process, we're probably gonna drill right here through the angle portions in the back for the lap belt. The top belts go directly connected and 3-way locked to the harness bar that's part of the MFR cage that's in the car already. And then for the elusive dick belt, we're gonna drill in one of the eye bolts upside down right here, route the belt through the top so it comes right through the top of the seat, and wire it in. Sounds simple. Let's make it hard.
Yep.
Lately I've been going out my mind for the shit. Lately I've been going out my mind for the shit. Lately I've been going out my mind for the shit.
Thank all you guys for tuning in on this tutorial on how to drill a hole.
Lately I've been thinking that I might be going crazy. Lately I've been praying up to God, won't you save me? I don't really understand this, why these people hate me. I just put my feelings on these pages for them daily. Lately I just empty down my pocket like I'm Brady, yeah. Lately all my friends, they've been out here acting shady, yeah. Lately got no inspo, I've been kinda feeling lazy, yeah. Try to talk to shorty, but I feel I gotta save me, yeah. I just feel I'm going out my mind. When they ask me, I just tell them that I'm fine. In the past, that's why I know I really loved all this shit, yeah. Now I feel I'm wasting all my time, yeah. Lately
something about pants. I don't know.
Really?
Huh?
15 units.
What size do you need?
That's what she asked.
Oh, that's a problem. Supermax, Sport Plus, Heavy Flow.
Hey.
Demonetized. Hey man, dropping wrenches on the carbon fiber, I'll kick you in the dick. Hey! We need these. And this. Woo. Okay, see the eye bolts? That was the point. Now we have the little buckles that can buckle directly into them. Isn't engineering fun?
So much fun.
God. What the hell?
Lefty loosey, righty tighty.
Would you call me?
Whatever the fuck I want to.
It's usually sugar, guys. Don't let him lie to you.
Sugar.
What? So, status update. It is now night. And the ironic part of that is how many different times have we been here, parked in this exact same spot, working on the same car, in the cold, at night. Eric.
2 damn minutes.
So, harnesses are in on this side. We still got another seat to put in. He's wiring up the new steering wheel, and he's not happy about it.
Fucking sucks. No, actually it's because of the heater.
Yeah, the heated steering wheel. That's kind of what's fucking throwing us for a loop right now, is because it's a completely different wiring. Holy crap, sorry about the line. Completely different little wiring piece, so the connector's not the same as what was in mine. We think the steering wheel's from a later model, so it had upgraded connectors. You wanna know where that connector is right now? It's on the ground. It's right there. It's cut off.
Yep. Cause
oops.
I don't want it.
Yeah, we don't need it, and well, we've made more work with less, so why not?
Right on, right on.
So, may be done videoing tonight. Or do we still want to show them the...
Oh, white girl's done after I get the seat done.
Well, I was gonna say...
Well, yeah, we can show them the little Humpty Dumpies.
No, I was saying the fucking
Seat,
resistor thing.
No, that'll be at a later date.
You heard him. That'll be at a later date.
Later date.
Got a little more complicated than we were expecting.
Yeah, as usual. But hey,
who would have guessed? Like everything else on this car. So we might wait till daytime tomorrow to show you everything that was done to the car, but that's gonna be it for tonight. Let's get this shit done. Temperature's dropping quick. I don't do cold, so let's get it done. Let's get the fuck inside. Okay, so pardon the low light because we're working off of lights right now, but those are feet because the batteries get disconnected, right, from us doing work all day. And we close the trunk.
pick it up.
Pick what up? The trunk? Oh, no way! Woo! Hey, buddy.
Hi, guys.
So yeah, don't close your trunk unless you have power.
Well, you can always pull the
help me, I'm being kidnapped switch.
Yep. It's easier to get out this way. At least that's what I'm gonna tell myself.
Oh, here, I got you. Let me illuminate it for you.
Oh yeah, no, you just want to illuminate it so you got light for your damn video and your goddamn YouTube.
Oh my God, dude!
And you know what I get paid with? I get paid with food, right here, baby. And loud laughed and getting laughed at, loudly getting laughed at.
Don't play innocent. Oh man! All right, guys, we'll see y'all in the AM. All right, guys, it's the next morning. Paddle shifters are in. Let's see. Now, do they work? Oh, tried moment right here. They work. They work. Boom. So, the other thing you're going to need in order to make this whole transition work, you're going to need a taser. You need to go through and enable the paddle shifters, reboot the system, and it works. I actually tested it last night. I already knew it was going to work, but it's cool. It might be all in my head, but I feel like it actually shifts a little bit faster. And then we went ahead and we got the Cipher 5 points installed, so it's been a good day, guys. It's been a damn good day. It's gonna be an even better day today. We're gonna go work on some other stuff. But once again, appreciate you for being here. We're growing, there's big things coming. If you're not already subscribed, hit that notification bell, like, and share this. Only other thing I need you to do, stay savage.
Day in the life of me.